It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What it do? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Let's Bet It. Um, got a nice little slate of games today. Four games to touch on real quick. So we'll get right into those. I believe my play. So I didn't play anything in the Wings and Sparks game yesterday. I kind of leaned under just because that total was so high, but it wasn't anything I played. Looked like it went, well under that. I think it was 183 that it closed at. So nothing for me yesterday. Kind of looked at the card today. Got a few things I like. Not in love with everything, but um, let's get right into it. First game of the day. Sky and Liberty. And before I get started, I'm going to talk more, like I said, the standings are mattering a lot in these matchups, playoff implications, a lot of tiebreaker scenario as far as season series. So we'll get into that as we break these games down. Some games it applies to, some games don't. A few teams have already been eliminated from postseason contention. Chicago, Dallas and Connecticut all eliminated. No surprise to anybody. So, but we'll get into all of that. Let's hit the first game, and that is Sky Liberty. Liberty laying 15 at home. This opened at 11.5 for the Liberty, so this has been bet up to minus 15. Total sits at 164. Big thing, a couple of notes that I've got on this game, Sky Liberty. Liberty coming off a big win. They just beat the Lynx for the first time this season. They finally, got the monkey off their back and avoided that season sweep, taking care of them in their previous game, an emotional win. Honestly, I think they celebrated a little bit too much. You would have thought they won the finals or some shit after that game, but nonetheless got the win and able to get that first win against the Lynx. So, coming into this one, I think, and they have the Dream next on Saturday. So you get a big win against the Lynx. Now you've got the Sky, your 15-point favorites at home, and you got the Dream coming up on Saturday. So this is a tough spot, I think, for the Liberty to cover. They already aren't very good covering as double-digit favorites at home anyway. And I think they could just be satisfied with winning the game and not, winning by margin. But it could, possibly go the other way. I think that the Liberty, their defensive commitment could be an issue in this one, given how hard they played against Minnesota and, given that they're going to be going up against a very good defensive and physical team in Atlanta on Saturday. So it could be one of those spots where the Liberty just kind of don't go 100%, maybe go 80, 75, 80, still get the win and really win it on the offensive end. One thing I was kind of looking at, I don't know, like I said, I think the Liberty defense is going to be suspect, but the Sky still have trouble scoring to me. If you look at their previous game against Seattle, they had 50 points through three quarters. I took the under 73.5 on that game. And it looked like it was well on its way. They hadn't scored 23 points in the previous three quarters, so it looked good until it wasn't. And they dropped 38 on the Storm in the fourth quarter and managed to backdoor cover. Could I see that happening again? I'm not sure. But if the Liberty get up big, I would look to bet the Sky in the fourth quarter. I really would. I could see if the Liberty are up, 20 to 25 points, possibly. Could they be? If they are, I would bet the Sky fourth quarter. They came back with a vengeance against Seattle the other night, outscoring them by 10, 38 to 28 in the fourth quarter. So I could really see, a possibility with the Liberty being up big and the Sky backdoor cover them in the fourth quarter. One play that I really like, and I'm probably going to get to the window with this one. I haven't yet. Is Jonquel Jones under her 11 and a half rebounds and assists. This is plus money on ESPN Bet. Um, she's been under this line consistently. Um, Let me get over. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to get over. Outlier. I would bring it up on my share it on my computer screen, but I don't have it pulled up to log in. But Jonquel Jones, but Outlier is an excellent tool. Um, is an excellent tool to look up player props and all those different kind of things. But just looking at Jonquel Jones under 11 and a half rebounds and assists, she's been under this in 60%. So six of her last 10 games, she's been under this. This was actually a play that I had been playing maybe about a week ago. It was 12 and a half. They took it down to 11 and a half, and then they took it off. Now it's back on, and it's on for plus money. And I think that the reason why the Sky can keep this game, I think, close is because of their rebound. And they have Angel Reese back. So they have Angel Reese and Cardoso down, rebounding for them. And just a few quick stats. The Sky are the top offensive rebounding percentage team in the W. Number one. Libs are last in offensive rebound percentage as a team. So they don't rebound their own misses. Chicago rebounds a bunch of them, and the Liberty are next to last in allowing offensive rebound allowance. So not only do they not get offensive rebounds, but they allow their opponents to get the highest percentage, and Chicago's number one. So I think rebounding could be an issue for the Liberty. And I really, really like this under for Jonquel Jones, under 11 and a half rebounds and assists, plus 105. Like I said, not more than likely, I will be getting there. Matter of fact, you know what? While I'm here, I'm just going to bet it. Okay, I've got to update my app. As soon as I update my app, I'm just going to go in and bet it. This might be a best bet for me. Another couple of plays that I looked at too was Ariel Atkins under her PRA 20 and a half. I could see her rebounds taking a hit, with Angel back for a second game along with Cardoso. I think her usage could go down too. And she's also dealing with, even though she's playing, she's been dealing with, some type of leg issue for the last few games. So I could really see Ariel Atkins going under her PRA 20 and a half. But what I will give out is my first leg of the I've been trying to put out these 2-leg plus money prop parlays. 1 and 2 on them so far. Last one didn't hit on Monday. I needed Natasha Cloud to go under her 1.5 threes, and she hit 2. So we lost on that one. But my first leg for today's 2-leg prop or plus money parlay is Atkins under her threes. You can get under her threes, and this parlay you can get on FanDuel and you can get on Caesars. But Ariel Atkins under her 1.5 threes. She's been under this 8 of her last 10, 6 of her, or 3 of her last 5. She's not a real big volume 3-point shooter. She takes 3 a game, hits less than 1. She had 2 last night. The last time she had 2 was against Indiana. Came back against Connecticut, only hit 1. And like I said, she had 2 against Seattle the other night. I think with having Angel back, having Cardoso back, they might be going a little bit more inside with those 2. So I think it correlates with her PRA going under 2. So for the first leg of my parlay or player prop parlay for plus money, we're going to go with Ariel Atkins under her 3.5 threes. All right. We covered that one pretty good. Probably spent a little too much time on it, but we're going to go to the next one. Mystics. Mystics at Sun. And Sun are, this might have moved, not sure, but the Sun were getting 1.5 points at home, total sitting at 158.5. One play that I really like in this game, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this one. I really like the Sun on the first half money line. They are 4-1. So the spread for the money line is Sun +1, but I figure if it's going to be +1, I might as well take them, to win the first half outright and get, better odds on it. So they're 4-1 against the spread in the first half in their last 5. 3-1-1 on the money line. So, they've been winning it straight up too. And they have really, I think, kind of turned a corner a little bit. They're playing a lot better. And it's typical of bad teams, right? They start the game off, I think, well, for the bad team, they don't play a complete game. So they may start it off slow and end it better, or they'll start it off really good and just fade off into the rest of the game, and as the game goes on. And I think that's kind of where the Sun are. I think they recently have become a very fast starting team. They came out against the Fever. That was a game I was tuned into, and they started quick. They had the Fever down by 21 points, not in the first half, but it was a pretty good showing by the Sun. So I just think that they're a team that is going to start games fast. I really think that they are motivated to win 2 games in a row for the first time this season. It looked like they were going to do that against the Fever until Kelsey Mitchell just, got hot and just went, just tapped into her Kobe bag down the stretch. And that game was, it's kind of pretty much stolen from them in overtime. So I think that the Sun are going to be really, really motivated to win 2 in a row. They're coming off of beating the Mystics in Washington. They're back home, and I really see them winning this first half on the money line. So if I was playing anything, it would be Sun money line. One player prop that I like in this game, I do like Centron under her 6.5 rebounds and assists. It's pretty juiced. You can get it at not too juiced, but you can get it at Hard Rock for -120. A few other books have -125, -130. I think Centron, especially since the Sykes trade, has really taken on more of a score mentality. I think that's what she is anyway, is more of a scorer. So I think those rebounds and assists are gonna take a dive. They really already have. So if I was going to look anyway on the prop, it would be Centron under her 6.5 rebounds and assists. All right. Next game, Lynx and Dream. Dream catching 2.5 at home. Total is sitting at 161.5. And this is another play that I will be making. So just mark it down. I haven't made it yet. I just want to find the best number on it. Matter of fact, let me look up the best number while I'm talking to you guys. But the play that I want to make on this game, give me 1 second here. Let's get to this. And just announced Angel Reese back. We'll have a minutes limit today. That still doesn't change my Jonquel situation. I think that's going to hit. I don't think she's really. I just don't see them going hard today. I really don't. I think they can beat them without having to go crazy with minutes and effort. But anyway, let's get to Lynx and Dream, and I want to share my screen with you here on Money Baller. The Money Baller is another excellent tool. Saves you a lot of time. Saves you a lot of time, and it makes you a lot of money. So Man, shout out to RC Ronald Kabang. He's one of the co-developers, I believe, of the Money Baller. Excellent tool to use to help you cat and get the best information that you possibly can. Um, so I'm going to share my screen here. So if you look, I'm going to be playing the first half under. Give me 1 second. I'm going to look at first half. Just want to make sure I get the best number for this one. So Minnesota, Atlanta. So yeah, that first half under is pretty much 82.5 everywhere you look. So if you look at the first half under trends the last 5 games for these teams, just look at this. I mean, Lynx 0-4-1 to the first half under, Dream 0-5 to the first half under. Team total records, Lynx 0-5 to their team total under, Dream 1-4. I mean, both teams just start games slow. Their opponents, Lynx, their opponents are 3-2 to their first half total. Dream opponents 5-0 to their first half under. So, I mean, I don't see this trend stopping now. I mean, like I said, these games are going to be taking on more of a more of a playoff feel, if you ask me. And the Lynx, the Dream, not going to catch the Lynx in the standings, but I mean, this is a potential finals preview. So I really think that the defense is going to be, it's going to be heavy to start. The Lynx are coming off a loss. I think they'll be locked in on the defensive end. And first half under 82.5. We'll be getting to the window with that one, along with John Quell. So we will, as far as player props, I mean, nothing on this game for me. Going to be a good game to watch, but that's the first half under 82.5 is definitely going to be a play for me. Last game up, Mercury at Aces. Aces laying 2 at home. Total is sitting at 166. Mercury are coming into this one. Mercury coming into this one off of a win in Golden State, 98-91. It's been a couple days. They played them on the 19th, a road game. So their first game back home after stops in Seattle and Vegas, or stops in Seattle and Golden State. Vegas, still hot. They won 8 in a row. Coming into this one, they won a very low scoring affair in Atlanta, 74-72. So you don't want to fade the Aces, right? You don't. They've won 8 in a row, but you feel like at some point they're going to have to drop one. The Mercury are coming in here, looking for some in-season revenge. The last outing just last week, not even 7 days ago, Vegas went into Phoenix and beat them 86-83. So if I had to lean away, I mean, obviously it would be Phoenix. Phoenix is, coming in, with the revenge. Phoenix is coming in with the revenge, and I think we talked about it earlier. If you look at Phoenix, in the standings there, they need. I mean, Phoenix needs this game. They need it. So the Vegas, while they're tied in the standings, and let me share my screen here. I think we talked about this. I don't think we did. Let me share my screen. So if you look at these standings, if you look at Phoenix, let me see if I can just highlight these two. No, I can't. So if you just look at Phoenix and Vegas here, so they're both tied. Phoenix is 21 and 13. Vegas is 22 and 14. Vegas has one more win and one more loss. So while they're technically tied in the standings, um, Vegas has played two more games than Phoenix. But also on the other hand, Phoenix is needs this win to at least tie the season series um, with Vegas. Not sure what the tiebreaker stipulations are after the head to head, but Phoenix needs this game to tie that head to head, 2-2, so it goes to the next tiebreaker. So Phoenix really absolutely needs this game to make up to get ahead in the standings, obviously, but also to tie that season series. So I think Phoenix is a good look. Probably not something I'm going to get too involved in, if at all, maybe a live bet. But also for this game, the other part of my parlay, it comes into play at this game, and it's Chelsea Gray under her 1.5 threes. She's under this 9 of her last 10, 5 out of 5. 70% for the season. She just doesn't hit threes anymore. It's very rare that she does. So Chelsea Gray under her 1.5 threes. Ariel Atkins under her 1.5 threes. You can get it at plus 117 on FanDuel and at plus 117 on Caesar. So that'll be another play that I think, not that I think, that I will be playing. So move it over to my one best bet for the day. I'm probably my best bet is my best bet is going to be the Lynx Dream first half under 82.5. The trends are just too strong. We saw them on Money Baller. These two teams start slow notoriously, and it wouldn't surprise me if they start slow and finish with a flurry on the offensive end. You never know, but I really think that this game is going to start sluggish. The pace is going to be slow. The Dream play slow. The Lynx start slow generally. So I like the first half 82.5, under 82.5. That is something I will be playing. Looking at the schedule for tomorrow. Get into it real quick. So 3 games for tomorrow. I believe one of the lines is already up, Seattle and Dallas. Golden State, Phoenix tomorrow. So Phoenix will be on a back-to-back, something to keep your eye on. And Minnesota will be on a back-to-back heading to Indiana. Indiana's going to be fully rested for them tomorrow. Minnesota's going to be coming in on a back-to-back. So it might be I'm going to be watching both of these games to kind of see how they play out tonight, because these back-to-backs could factor, into the cap tomorrow. So we'll be back, tomorrow. If Can't join me tomorrow, I'll probably be back for a morning show. Honestly, I'll probably do a show in the morning, maybe, like 8:30ish on the East Coast. But if Can't Stop can join me, we'll probably come on a little bit around this time, about 5 o'clock. So just be on the lookout for us. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. GLB is still posting his MLB trends on Twitter. So be on the lookout for those. Football season is coming up. Just support the show. Like I said, like, comment. We appreciate everything. We appreciate you guys for tapping in. And John Witherspoon is going to take us to the crib. Peace out.
If you broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whoop your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bites you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now and go try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.